Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Russell of Emerald. Make sure you guys subscribe at the top, thumbs up the video, leave a comment at the bottom, watch previous videos, and stay tuned what we have in the future. So, for the past couple of weeks, I've been seeing so much about May 21st and how it's going to be the last day of the earth, and there's been pamphlets, handouts, stuff on the highways, big giant billboards, and that's been going crazy. Everyone's been talking about it. So, I did a little bit of research. It's actually was started by a Christian radio station, and they started this idea, and I just really think it's a crazy conspiracy theory that has not too much to back it up, just a bunch of theories. A lot of stuff that they're saying doesn't add up. Like, for instance, they're saying that they know exactly when God's going to come down to the earth, and yet in many parts of the Bible it does say that no one man knows the exact hour or day when the Lord is going to come. So simply with that being said, they really cannot predict. The reason why they chose May 21st is because that is supposedly the same exact day that Noah's Ark was actually closed and the earth got flooded. And I don't have too much knowledge about them. I really don't care too much about it because the earth is not coming to an end on May 21st. I just really feel like this is just a really big conspiracy theory, and they're just really scaring people. And it just really reminds me too much of like 99 when they're talking about Y2K, how the computers were not going to work right. And they just had this big fuss that the world was going to come to an end back then, and yet nothing happened. Up next, the White House has poetry slam named by Common, and on Fox News they really had a big problem with it. First of all, let me just say this: there's more important things going on in this world than about a poetry slam that's being held at the White House. First of all, the White House is the people's house, and Obama's can invite whoever they want to the house that they are living in right now. Simple as that. And what they first were talking about was how in one poem, Common was talking about how he wanted to burn Bush, and yet they didn't acknowledge that Bush could represent multiple things. Bush could have been weed, or Bush could have been George W. Bush Jr., or Bush could have been the burning of the bush in the Bible, or Bush could have been a regular random bush on the middle of the street in the garden. And they talked about, he was talking about killing cops or whatever. Mind you, at the end of the poem, which they obviously did not have shown, he does say everything that I said before. We need to stop this in the black community and make ourselves better people. And yet they just only focus on this one little small chunk of his poem and say he was a bad guy, he's this big controversial guy, he should not go to the White House. Now, after he's come up, Bill O'Reilly's talking about how, he supports cop killers, and so it was during Cop Appreciation Week, so he shouldn't have been able to perform. I'm glad Jon Stewart came to the defense of Common, yet I understand why they did not invite Common to say his reasonings and how he felt about these cop killers, and have Jon Stewart come on instead. But I like how Jon Stewart talked about how there's multiple other people who went to the White House and were on the side of the people who had murdered and who were more controversial than Common is. And it just seems as though Fox News is just trying to find something to nitpick with Obama. Since his approval ratings have gone up, they just want to find something to nitpick with Obama right now, and this is their one thing to do it. And they're really brainwashing a lot of people who don't know too much about Common. When I think about Common's music, I think about, first thing that comes to mind is that video with him and Mary J. Blige, when he's holding up the signs and telling the girl he loves him, who's a deaf lady. And just simple as that, they are misrepresenting what Common is as an artist and his whole entire craft, and putting it under one thing as him being a cop killer supporter rather. And they're not acknowledging why he might support these people, which is what Jon Stewart said was probably because he felt they were unjustly sent to prison. But he cannot accept that, and he just wants to keep on acknowledging the fact that these people kill cops and whatever. There's this new artist named Austin Brown. You guys should check it out. I saw him on the blog on the internet called Toys World, and he's this new artist, and he's very talented. He sounds very familiar. His music is very 80ish, very R&B 80s. It has a very nice, relaxing feel to it, and he does have a little bit of Michael Jackson flair to him. One of the reasons why he does have that Michael Jackson flair is because Michael Jackson actually is his uncle. And Janet's aunt, obviously, and he's very heavily influenced by them with his music and his dance, his choreography, his music videos. He has this video promotional video of his album with different clips of different songs and different clips of different videos, and etc., etc. And you guys should go check him out. One thing I do hope that doesn't happen to him, he doesn't get sucked into the whole I am a Jackson, and he does find himself as an artist more and doesn't live off trying to be the next great Jackson and just be the next great thing out right now, and that he lives himself as being Austin Brown and he doesn't get left in the shadows of his familiar relatives like the Jackson 5 and Janet or Michael by themselves. The Voice, they've been doing the new TV show with Christina Blake and CeeLo and Adam Levine. They've been doing duels with each coach picks two people from their group and they go against each other. I wish this was more blind. They went A or B for the person they want to go home and to stay, because it just seemed as though that they're picking people based off their looks. One person had a girl in a nice little short skirt with long pretty hair, kind of cute girl, and it was going against a chubbier dude. And of course, I believe it was Adam. I don't know if he picked the girl, but I do believe he picked the girl. Blake, it was a more attractive, younger, 20-something-year-old guy versus an older, rougher-looking guy. And the rougher-looking guy had a better voice, and yet the guy who went home was the rougher-looking guy, and the guy with the prettier face stayed. And Christina Aguilera, it was Frenchie versus the other girl. And Frenchie is a much more bigger, well-known person, so obviously when it comes down to voting, who are people going to remember more, Frenchie or this other girl? So of course Christina picked Frenchie, and I just wish there was more about the voice and them picking the people blindly instead of picking the people while looking at them. Because this is what the voice is about. They're saying this is all about blind auditions, and yet they are picking people while they're looking at them. Lastly, on Sunday, the 2011 Billboard Music Awards are going to be aired. Wasn't aired since about, I believe, maybe 2005-ish area, and Rihanna is really heavily nominated. Beyonce is getting rewarded with the Millennium Award, which I do not feel should have been an appropriate title for that. I think something else should have been better fit title for that award, so that could be nominated, so someone could be honored with that every year. Just call it the Billboard Honor of the Year. I don't know. But for different artists who I think should win, top artists I think should be between Lady Gaga, Rihanna, or Eminem, just because they have a lot of album sales and they have also done really well with each single on the chart. Rihanna, I don't know when the date starts and ends for this award as far as break-in periods and end periods, but Rihanna had a couple of number ones with she had Rude Boy, and she had Only Girl in the World, and every other song has been number one on the charts for her. And Lady Gaga has all her music done pretty decent on the charts as well, and she has a lot of albums sold, as well as Eminem has had 2 number ones and has sold like about 3 million copies of his last CD. Top new artists, I think it should be between Bruno Mars and Justin Bieber, just because they both had done really well on the charts, and Justin Bieber sold a lot of albums. Top male artists, Eminem, Katy Perry, and Taylor Swift should win for Best Female Artist. Taylor Swift sold 1 million copies in 1 week. No one has done that since Lil Wayne. She has the second most, next to 50 Cent, for the past 6 years. So I mean, that's a really big honor on its own, so I think she should be honored for that. Or maybe Katy Perry, because she has had 4 number ones from one album in this past year, as well as sold quite a few albums. And they have all been number one for multiple weeks, and not just for 1 week here and there. They have her past few singles they have been number one for a while, and not just for 1 week. Top Billboard 200 artists, again, Taylor Swift, just because of the 1 million in 1 week. Top 100 artists, I think should be between Katy Perry or Rihanna, just because they both have the same amount of number ones and sold really well. And top digital song artists, I think should be between, I'm not too sure about the numbers of the digital songs, so I think it should be based on whoever sold the most digital singles, or songs rather. And top radio artist, I think she should be between Bruno Mars, Katy Perry, or Rihanna, just because Rihanna has had the songs with Eminem and her own stuff. Katy Perry has her own music going #1 and stayed #1 for consecutive weeks at a time. And Bruno Mars, he had Beautiful Girl with Bruno Mars with B.O.B. and just had his own stuff do really well in the charts. Top touring artist, I think Bon Jovi should get it, or YouTube. I think it should be basically based off the numbers and the number of dates they did, and just have that all average out and find out the average income of the tour made. Top social acts artist, I'm not sure of what that means. I think it should be between Lady Gaga or Justin Bieber, because they both have a lot of Twitter followers. Kevin Hart's going to be hosting the 2010 BET Awards, I'm guessing. Top stream artist, I don't know what that means. If it's about music videos on the internet, it should be between Lady Gaga and Justin Bieber. Let's see. Top digital media artist, I think should be between Justin Bieber or Lady Gaga, simply because they have a lot of fans out there, and they have a lot of Twitter followers, and as well as have a lot of people watching their videos on YouTube. They both are the only artists, I believe, to have people has surpassed 1 billion views for their videos on YouTube. Top pop artist, I think should go to either Katy Perry or Lady Gaga. Just because of the number of songs that have won #1, just how many songs they have on the charts. I think Katy Perry should take it, just because Lady Gaga hasn't had too many #1s. She only has one from this past era in the 2000 music, whereas Katy Perry has had 4. Top R&B artist, I think Usher should take it. I understand why Rihanna's on it. She hasn't made R&B music for quite a while, but Usher should take that. Top rap artist, maybe between Nicki Minaj or Eminem. Eminem has sold a lot of albums, as well as had a lot of singles that sold. Nicki Minaj has done pretty decent for herself. She has been on a lot of featured songs, so I think that should balance her out to be even with Eminem, even though she doesn't have as much albums sold. Top country act, not too really sure about that. Top Latin artist, I think Enrique Iglesias or maybe even Pitbull, just because Pitbull has been on everyone's track. But Enrique Iglesias, I feel as though he brought himself back to where he was back in the late 90s, early 2000s. So I think he deserves to be honored with the top Latin artist. And top dance artist, I'm not too sure about that. Maybe Rihanna, because she has done excellent with this era of music and with the dance music. And tell me what you guys think about who should win. And who are you excited to see perform? CeeLo Green, J-Lo, Beyonce's being honored with the award, having people, I guess, perform for her. And she's also probably going to premiere her performance for Who Run the World, Girl. So what do you guys think about Common and the whole situation? Do you guys think it's as big of a deal as they're making it? And May 21st, you think the world's going to come to the end of this Saturday? If that's so, we're going to miss Justin Timberlake and Lady Gaga on Saturday Night Live, and we're going to miss Beyonce getting honored. And what do you guys think about The Voice so far? Thanks you guys watching. This is Russell, M. Russell. Thumbs up the video. Leave a comment at the bottom. Subscribe at the top.